Greetings, mortal. So imagine this. You're a kid, right? You got some Pokemon, you got Minecraft, you want some Nickelodeon, right? But then you get treated by one of the most iconic franchises ever created. A galaxy far, far away. Star Wars. That's right. For this video, I'll be going over each of the Star Wars movies and ranking them by from absolutely goated to Jar Jar Stinks, aka it's absolute trash. And also, this is a 300 follower special from my Instagram account, which if y'all are watching, thank you so much for the support. It means a lot to me. But it means a lot. I'm on my journey to hopefully one day work as a game designer. So for this here, but other than that, I really hope this makes up to you for being this late. Working with college assignments, getting the modeling done, and along with the portfolio stuff. So I really hope, I make this up to you. But before we get into this, why not like, comment, share this video? It really helps. Gotta do that. That segment. But also, why not? If you're new here, why not punch that subscribe button and cast the spell on that notification bell? So that way you are informed of my new uploads, including some shorts I did, including some Inktober. Now we got this out of the way. Let's get into the criteria for this trailer. So, for this, I'll only cover the movies. Okay. Now there are many TV shows. There are hell. Anime. There's even anime called like Star Wars Vision. So if we can get this video to 20 likes, I will rank the Star Wars shows too, right? But other than but the reason why Star Wars Clone Wars, you can see why that's on there. Yeah, that's the movie version, which I'll get into that later in my rankings. But as you can see, yeah, I mean, if you're a Star Wars nerd, it might it might bother you a little bit. But for my reasoning, here's my reasoning now. Okay, I want to do the movies in order that are released because because you might be new to Star Wars, right? This is kind of my recommendation, right? If you're a newcomer, right? So in plus, there wasn't like a trilogy, a sequel trilogy until for a long while till let's just say Force Awakens come out, which I'll definitely cover. But okay, I mean a lot other than these words, let's do this. Star Wars, A New Hope. Okay, we're gonna restart on this one here. Okay, this was the Star Wars movie I was introduced with. Okay, I was introduced with this Okay, and honestly, yeah, it's pretty good, right? It's a pretty good, right? If you want to, this is indeed, part of the main trilogy, which I'd argue to be the most, you know, friendly to newcomers, right? If you want to get into Star Wars, I recommend like the main trilogy, but here's the thing though, right? It has an interesting main character, right? The introduction is cool, yes, which Vader is the absolute go. I remember as a kid when I saw Vader just could just come in from the hallway, like the breathing, like, I mean, just come in and just demand for the plan. Where's the plan for the Death Star? Something like that. And I was like, oh shit, this guy was a big deal. Like, I mean, that is one hell of a villain introduction. Okay, that was one hell of an introduction scene. On top of that, it's a pretty engaging story. Pretty engaging, right? You got like I said, like Luke, he's the farmer boy. You got Ben Kenobi, which is really neat, which is very, very neat. Uh, you got Han Solo, he's like a little rascal, you know. Along with Chewbacca. Yeah, like fun fact for Chewbacca, that's like one of the nicknames for my dog, like a big cuddly, like the nerd, you know. So, and I remember that's one of the nicknames for dogs. But apart from that, it's a pretty simple, but it's a fun story, right? It's fun, and out of all the movies, this is the more friendly one, right? This is the movie I highly recommend you start first if you want to get into Star Wars. Because this 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 is like the first Star Wars movie ever made by George Lucas. Okay, but in the timeline, like you know, but you know, for this video, I'll try to be introduction friendly. So with that in mind, I have to give it A tier. It's fun, right? The story is good. The villain is good. The ending was great, right? It is great, right? It's not goaty yet, and I'll get to there in a minute. Okay, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Whoo, my goodness. Okay, honestly, and here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Okay, for for this movie, if I there was kind of this one thing, like Star Wars is great. Like don't get me wrong, the first one is great, but this second movie is at dare I say, is the very thing that you know, projected popularity in the franchise. That's just my opinion, right? But this is definitely a step up. Not the first one. Not that the first one was bad. However, it is a step up, right? You get Luke to you get to see him wield a blue lightsaber, or we'll get well the lightsaber of a particular Jedi, which I'll get into, later, right? But like, okay, so really good scene. Awkward scene between Leia and Luke and Hoth, if you know what I mean, right? If you know what I mean. But also the characters are great. The dialogue, action with joy, right? It's not toned down, but also, again, we got the goated Vader. Okay, we got Vader. He has more steam, or at least I feel like he has more steam. Just the first one, we don't really get to see him much, right? We get to see stormtroopers more than Vader. But in the second film, we get to see more Vader, right? We get to see more of him. We get to see, he's looking for those rebels. Like, honestly, can I take a moment to literally say this? Like, this Darth Vader is one of the most iconic villains of all time. He's up there, right? Like from his appearance to the lightsabers to like the voice, which by the way, uh, like James Earl Jones, James Earl Jones, sorry, did an awesome work. Also, like rest in peace, James. But really, he is so cool. He's such a badass. Like I remember seeing him, I was like, holy cow! Like this is a really neat kind of guy. And also like, really, I feel like, his design, and also the world of good versus evil, right? Good versus evil, the dark side, and here's a bit of a hot take here. Okay, this guy literally is like he makes the dark side look really sick. Like honestly, it's pretty cool to see, what he does, you know. But like okay, enough with the geeking about Vader. How is the film as a whole? Right? Like the locations are awesome, and also you got Yoda, which man, right? Like the themes, the story is actually more engaging, and it has more iconic moments than the first movie. So, hmm, I have listen. There can only be one place I'll rank it. Goaded. Okay, it's absolutely goaded. Like like it has so many goaded moments, and for real though, I feel like those iconic moments, the writing, the plot twist, the iconic plot twist, right? Okay, spoiler, okay, they're in Cloud City, right? Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker takes out the lightsabers and starts clashing. And then he cuts off that arm, the hand, and then, man, the plot twist. You killed my father. No, I am your father. No. Oh, like, come on. That's like the most iconic plot twist in cinema history, bro. Like, like this should have not work. In storytelling wise, that show does not work. But the fact, like, you get, Vader, but also, like, we built, upon, like, that's just a 180 plot twist that shouldn't work, but thanks to the writing, the characters, the awesome villains, the well written, well voiced Vader, it really hammers home, right? So it gotta be as good. Okay, the next movie, Return of the Jedi. Okay, now it doesn't have much iconic moments as the second movie. Okay, however, it has great moments though. Not iconic moments where the oh my god, quote it, write that down. Okay, but it does have great moments. And oh my god, the inclusion of the Emperor is awesome. Okay, and here's the thing. I love Darth Sidious, Emperor Palpatine, same person. Like they're the same person, except a little quickie here. Okay, Darth is a Sith title, right? It's kind of like that's like a part of the Sith name. It's like calling yourself Mister Myth, but Darth, right? But like so Sith Lord, like when usually when it's a Sith, the name typically typically starts with Darth, right? Typically does. That's usually how the Sith is. Right? But enough with the little inside, you know, thing. Okay. Honestly, honestly, it looks very cool. You get like here in this movie, you get to see Luke's growth. Like you do with the first two movies, but then you kind of see how he concludes with his growth, right? But honestly, and this is indeed the best, the best redemption story any villain has. Like Vader has, like I love this one moment where Vader saves Luke, redeeming himself, going back to the light side, and so honestly, yes, it doesn't have much iconic moments like the second movie, but I feel like it's not a downgrade if I'm honest here. In my opinion, it's also good. It also is. Okay, the Phantom Menace. Okay, now this is the fourth movie, but it's episode. But if you're like a Star Wars nerd, you call this episode one. Well, I mean, it is episode one of Star Wars. So, okay, here's a little tidbit. Here's another tidbit for you. Right, the ones I covered, the first first three movies that have been released, those are referred to as episode five, six, and seven. Right now, for Phantom Menace, Attack with Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, those are episode one, two, and three. And for the sequels, it's uh, it's eight, nine, and 10. I think I could be wrong. Oh, sorry, no, sorry, seven, eight, nine. Sorry. Okay, but anyway, to the topic of episode one. or well, Phantom Menace. Okay, it's an alright movie, right? You got Qui-Gon Jinn, honestly. Okay, here's the thing: it's not a great movie like the main show. It is not. Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Yeah, like it has a weak villain. It has a weak villain. Not exactly a great villain. So, and the story isn't exactly great. Hmm. Hmm. But the thing that redeems it, though, the thing that redeems it, okay, it not only expands the lore, but there is cool fight. Something, dare I say, if, dare I say, like, the main trilogy doesn't really have, like, those are good. The choreography is improved for the fourth movie Star Wars, right? But I have to say, I have to give it C. Like, not a great story, not a great story, but like it's not really great. But but you can still enjoy the action, right? You can enjoy it. Okay, Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is kind of flash forward. Now for the prequel, they used CGI, and so does like the later Star Wars movie. So is the later one, except for the Clone Wars movie. Clone Wars movie. Okay. Well, honestly, here's the thing. There are you know, pretty cool moments, and Count Dooku is a better villain than Maul. Right, that's another thing here. Right, so if there is good action too, is it now? It's not exactly a great story. Not exactly great. However, however, with the release of the Clone Wars, uh, hmm, like with the Clone Wars show, it elevates the prequel. Strengthens. But if I were to be like a newcomer, huh, not bad, but I can enjoy it. So I'll give it B tier. I'll give it B tier. Okay. Revenge of the Sith. Ooh. Okay. Here is a hot take for this. Here's a hot take. I'll put that in A tier. Here's why. Hear me out. Hear me out. Is it great story? No. However, here's the thing. Is the dialogue great? No. But here's the thing. The fight scenes are really cool. General Grievous, the introduction of him is really cool. And I'm actually happy they incorporated him into the show, Clone show. But like also, you know, I feel like his transformation is pretty cool. It's interesting, right? You know, it's interesting to see how he becomes Anakin Skywalker to Darth Vader, right? The transition. But like more importantly, right? You understand Vader. Now, is it great? You gotta get it. No. Right? It's pretty weak in the fighting. That's why it's like lower than A, but above B. Right? And but in terms of choreography, you know, guy, the acting, I gotta give it A somehow. Okay? Clone Wars? Now, of course, the Clone Wars movie. Okay. The action's good. The action is good. Okay? Anakin, Obi-Wan, awesome. However, in terms of, it's alright. It's alright. Now, Ventress, badass. I like Ventress, right? Very cool. However, in this movie, if you're like walking in as a newcomer, I recommend kind of watching this before hopping onto the Clone Wars show. But or don't, like you could skip it, right? But it really, yeah, like Ahsoka isn't exactly likable, or at least not yet. Like I remember, I was kind of like I remember how there was a bit of backlash for this character, how they absolutely hate it. But for the show, now if you want to give a little teaser, let's just say her character arc is beautifully done. But for this movie, it's alright. I'll put it above B tier. I'll put it above. Rogue One. Okay. Okay, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay. In this story, they have to get the Death Star plan. You know. After this, Death Star plans. They have to face the Empire. Where would I put it? Now, the fight scenes are pretty good. They're right. Okay. Honestly, it's alright. It's an alright story, but what elevates it? Okay. Like the heist is pretty good. But also, Vader. The appearance of Vader is also good. It's also cool to see. For some reason, when Vader, almost every single show, every single game or movie or cartoon he appears, he carries that aura. He carries it. Honestly, no matter where he's at, he's always great. So it could be just me being outside. But honestly, Rogue One, I dare say, I put it under that. I put it above B. Okay? Like actually, I put it below A. Right? Pretty solid story, but also it expands upon the main movie. Okay. The Force Awakens. Okay, I remember this. I remember this. I remember being a teenager at this point, going through the edgy phase, right? Edgy phase. And I remember seeing this. Okay, here's the thing. They have to literally. Uh, here's the thing. Here's another hot take for this one, right? I'll put that in C tier. In actually B tier. Below, I'll put it right here. And this is, and here's my reason. Okay, it's a good movie, pretty good movie. However, a rehash of the first, the of episode 5, or the New Hope, right? But it's also the villain. The villain is a joke, honestly. Like Kylo Ren, is the most pathetic villain in Star Wars canon. Like, he, okay, like, I'll listen, bro. He is a Darth Vader fan. He's like, I will impress my father. Like, he throws a temper tantrum. He's like, rah, I'm just gonna splash. It's like, it kind of loses it for me. I'm like, really? Am I supposed to fear him? But Vader, I mean, when he's pissed, he does a force choke. That's more scary. Like, who's scared? Okay? If you ask me, if would I rather piss off Kylo Ren? Like, Kylo Ren, like, him being mad is like trolling a little kid on Call of Duty. Okay? It's literally that. It's like all you have to do is give him PC, Call of Duty, you know. The way he reacts is like that, you know. Just troll him a little bit and you set him off. But like, honestly, okay, back to the point. But like, also the sequel movies kind of ruined it for me, right? So, I mean, it would have been A, but like, since like, the sequel, the other movies, which I'll get into after I cover, Han Solo, right? Yeah, but it's got to be B tier. B tier is at least the nicest thing I can do, right? It's not a bad film. That is the only good film in the sequel. Okay, Han Solo. Han Solo. Oh wait, sorry. Han Solo. Forgettable, honestly. Not a great movie. Like with the Phantom Menace, like there's iconic moments here. There, it's just forgettable. Like the only good scene is with the mall. That's just it. So like it's pretty forgettable. Okay, the last Jedi. Ooh, it is not a good film. Let's just say this up front. Like, oh my god. What? Like Luke, like the whole thing with Luke Skywalker makes no sense, honestly. Like, actually, let's just start with the characters. Ray is so lame. Like, like, like the more sequel movies that come out, she's only cool because she can fight. Like, other than like she can just fight. That's it. That's the only cool thing about Ray. Which honestly, like I don't really like. Honestly, Ray is not a likable character, but like not a very well written one either. But like, okay, the only redeeming thing in this film is Luke. Ironically, Luke Skywalker. Okay, his transition, his character arc in this movie is actually well done. It's like kind of not talked a lot about, but like honestly, his growth in this film, I've gotta give it to him. His scene is more well done than Thor in the MCU. Okay, Like, and that's what saves it from being bad. Like this, at least they're pretty cool choreography. Right? There's also pretty cool. Actually, it's not as cool as the Phantom Menace, but like, but this one scene, there are right, but it's not a great story. It's not really well written. Okay, but that's what saves it from from being forgettable. So yeah, I mean it has some redeeming qualities, but it's not as great like the Phantom Menace. It's not that great, right? It's not okay. And finally, the rise of Skywalker. It's absolute dog shit. It is absolute dog shit. Where do we even start? Ray, Ray's a bland character. Like again, like I think I said, yeah, I said this before. Like she is a bland character. There's no flaws. There's not really much flaws. Okay, other than I get angry, I accidentally shoot lightning out of my fingers. You know, had a fake Chewbacca death scene. Good. Like, there isn't anything interesting. Like, matter of fact, here's something interesting they could have ran with. Like, like she is a nobody. Okay, that would have worked so much better if she was an absolute nobody in herself. She's not a Skywalker. She's not a Palpatine. She is right. That's all she. That's who she is. But and who is Ray? Right? That could have been, if they did that, handled her character better, that would have elevated, the trilogy a little bit. But speaking of Palpatine, why bring him back? Why? I mean, literally. And the more you think about it, like, why have, like, Luke, like, just be like this to, like, Kylo Ren, where he's, not, like, talking? Yeah. Like, the way they handled just brought him back, it's, like, like, one of the worst decisions you could make it sound. Like, literally, the whole, like, he should have been dead. Like, you could have done Snoke. Okay, you could have got him there. Like, it really just kind of, in a way, weakens the sacrifice. Like, he needs to be dead. I mean, he technically was, but he should remain dead because the whole point, like, of Vader, killing him isn't, not only does it, highlight his return to the light side, but it also shows, love in the end, shows, that love is necessary, right? That, we should be okay with attachment, or love, right? Connection. That connection is a strength. So to have him come back kind of fumbles, kind of makes it weak. But honestly, if you don't see this movie, right? But honestly, it doesn't really affect how I think of the film, right? But this is why it is absolute trash. Like it is the worst Star Wars film ever, right? But like, but like, how I would rewrite the sequel. That's a different video. If you would like that, let me know in the comments, right? And I'll try my best to rewrite the sequels. Apart from that, also comment down below your thoughts about this, and what other videos you like me to do. What other tier list you would like to see. But once more, please like, subscribe, share this video, you know, all that amazing stuff. And apart from that, I really hope everyone has a good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. But I really hope you had a good day. Alright, see you later. Akumothos.